When I say Hebrews, I mean myself. Praying, cause I can't redeem myself. 5.
Shalom, shalom. This is Elder Aiel from One Nation coming back to you once again. I got something to say. You notice how just last week our people were gunned down in that AME church? I want you to see this, what's going on after the death of our people. I want you just for a few minutes to watch this little clip. And I want to see what you think about this little clip of 7 more churches burned with fire after they have taken their time to try to switch the murders of those people to a flag and then discount it. And then you got to see this, man. There's a scripture for this. It's called Jeremiah 5:7. And I'm going to come back and I'm going to talk about it in just a minute.
Since Dylan Roof, a young white man, shot 9 black people in the Emmanuel AME Church on June 17th, there have been at least 7 predominantly African-American churches in the South set ablaze. Not all clearly intentional, but we'll talk about that. There is another fire, the most recent one at Mount Zion Church, which brings the total tally to at least 7 churches. Mark Keel, who's chief of South Carolina law enforcement of the South Carolina Law Enforcement Division, said that investigators would be on the scene first thing this morning after last night's fire. Quote from Keel, "We do know they apparently had some strong storms. Talked to a guy who said they had a lot of lightning down there tonight. I don't know whether that had anything to do with it at all." So what's the background? If you haven't been following this story, it may be because corporate media hasn't been talking about it. South Carolina newspaper Post and Courier reported that Mount Zion AME was burned to the ground in a KKK attack back in 1995, where 2 KKK members pleaded guilty to starting the fire, as well as a second at another predominantly black church. They were each sentenced to nearly 2 decades in prison. And here's the rundown of all of the churches involved in these recent fires. College Hill Seventh-day Adventist Church in Knoxville, Tennessee, caught on fire June 22nd. Fire department said that was a deliberate fire. God's Power Church of Christ in Macon, Georgia, June 23rd. Investigators treating that one as arson. Bryan Creek Road Baptist Church in Charlotte, North Carolina, completely destroyed on June 24th. Arson is the predominant theory right now from investigators. And then we have Glover Grove Baptist Church in Warrenville, South Carolina, June 26th, set on fire. Investigators have not yet determined the cause of that one. And lastly, there are these 2 other fires at the Greater Miracle Apostolic Holiness Church in Tallahassee, Florida, and one at Fruitland Presbyterian Church in Gibson County, Tennessee. Those may have been electrical faults or lightning, although they are still under investigation. So, Lewis, we can't yet say all of these incidents were arson, that they were deliberate burning of churches, traditionally black churches, to the ground, but certainly 4 of them are deliberate here. And my thought is, imagine Senator Lindsey Graham's response if half a dozen white churches were burned by Islamic terrorists, for example. Can you imagine how different the situation would be?
Quite different. I would be shocked if after X number of fires that these other ones were lightning and electrical failures. I find that highly unlikely. Of course, none of these happening above the Mason-Dixon line. It's quite a story, and it seems that it's not one person. people are just liking the idea of burning down black churches, and I think these are just a lot of copycat acts.
Well, we've seen in the last 2 weeks the sort of flavor and quality of some of the conversations around race and racism have really shifted drastically. And you'll remember at the very beginning, just after the shooting in South Carolina perpetrated by Dylan Roof, who was targeting black people because they were black and because black people are raping white women and all of the other white nationalist ideas that he had. Some right-wing media said, this is an attack on faith. It's an attack on Christianity. And they tried, some of them, to deny that race was a factor here, in spite of all the evidence telling us that it was. And we're now seeing a continuation where, yes, these incidents are happening in houses of worship, but again, the common thread is black people.
Yep. And it's pretty clear what's happening here. I hope that some of these people are caught, but you know what? If it's churches being burned down while no one is in them, I'll take that over someone busting in with a rifle and blowing people away.
Shalom, shalom. Can you believe this? I can. Wow, this is called psychological warfare at its best, my friends. See, right now, what we need to do as a people, Paul said that I'm not ignorant of the devil's devices. I am not ignorant of the devil's devices. Meaning we got to be up on our spiritual game right now to see what's actually going on. Let me break it down for you. What's actually going on, they burned these churches. And because they burned these churches, our people are going to now hunker down even more on Sunday worship, rebuilding the church, putting up a bigger cross, getting a better picture of Caesar Borgia. That's their mindset right now. You see, somebody is attempting to keep our people locked in modern day Christianity and don't want them, to come out. That's what this is, my friend. This is a psychological lie. That's right. Because they know our people. They know the mindset of our people. When you burn down their church, the next thing they do is raise money to build a better church with more crosses and with more images of Caesar Borgia. Now I'm going to read a passage of scripture because in Psalm 17:13, the Most High said that the wicked is his sport. So if the wicked is the Most High sport, let's actually read the Bible and get an understanding of what's happening, why our people's churches are being burned down. Jeremiah 5:7 reads, "How shall I pardon thee for this? Thy children have forsaken me, and sworn by them which are no gods." Caesar Borgia. "When I had fed them to the full, they then committed adultery and assembled themselves by troops in the harlot's houses." This adultery is talking about spiritual adultery. Spoken of over there in the book of James, chapter 4, somewhere around verse 4 is in there somewhere. This adultery is talking about spiritual adultery, committing spiritual adultery against the God that you're supposed to be married to. Following and worshiping Caesar Borgia is committing spiritual adultery. I'm going to read this again. "How shall I pardon thee for this? Thy children have forsaken me, and sworn by them that I know God. When I had fed them to the full, they then committed adultery and assembled themselves by troops in the harlot's houses." These harlot's houses are the modern Christian churches, my people. Wake up. The Most High is using the wicked to try to get our people out of modern day Christianity where they do not belong. But I'm here today to let you know that this is not going to work. They won't hear the mouth from the mouth of the Most High's prophets right now. So what's coming now? Judgment. These churches are not just burning. He said, yeah, it's the Ku Klux Klan. Psalm 17:13. The wicked is the Most High's sword. Did you see that one clip talking about a thunderstorm came through So it might have been a lightning bolt from a thunderstorm that burned down that church. It's time for us to wake up. Wake up and smell the coffee. Wake up and come back to these laws, statutes, and commandments of your Most High God, because they have declared war on us. But if this is what it takes to get Seizure Bourget the hell out of our people's minds and out of their hearts, and off the walls of the living room, the kitchen, the bedroom, off the front end of the car and the back end of the car, if this is what it's going to take, because these are just buildings. You hearing me? The church are the people. These are buildings, my people. They do not matter to the Most High God. The Most High God is about to bring so much fire to planet Earth that he's going to cleanse the entire planet, meaning every church, every steeple, every cross, every pew will be burned up, my people. Walk away from them churches. Let them stay burned down. Leave them there. The enemy wants you to rebuild. The enemy wants you to build a bigger cross. The enemy wants you to put up a bigger picture of Seizure Bourget. Come on up out of there. That's not your God. That's what the Most High trying to show you. He's trying to show you that it is the Caucasian man that's responsible for burning your church. And then you're going to go to church on Sunday and worship the Caucasian man. Wake up, my people. The Most High is trying to wake you up before it is too late. This is one of the greatest signs that we are under attack. That's right, as a people. That's right, we are under attack. They're attacking the modern day Christian church right now because these people have no protection. Listen to me and listen to me real good. When Satan formed modern day Christianity, he wasn't really concerned about its conception. He wasn't really concerned about its midterm. Satan set these things up and he's waiting for the end, my friend. He's waiting to make his move so that you will be a part of something that has no power, a part of something that has no protection, serving a God that cannot come to you, serving a God that will not hear you, my friends. All of those people over in Iraq that called themselves Christians, did a God show up to help them? All of those people over in Syria that call themselves Christians, when the terrorists moved in, did God intervene? Or did millions and hundreds of thousands of people be put to death? This is the same scenario that has happened over and over again on the planet, in every area of the planet, where people that follow Seizure Bourget are put to death. This is Satan's ultimate goal, is to get you relying on and trusting in a God that does not have the ability to save you, that does not have the ability to answer your prayer. So right now, my people, you are in a very vulnerable place out there, not coming back to the laws, statutes, and the commandments of the Most High God, because the Most High God is about to use Babylon, that's right, to beat the living stuffings out of our people. Do you hear me? And I'm here today to let you know it's going to come a time real soon where the Most High going to send a word to the mouth of his servants, the prophets, and say, pray not for this people, for I will not hear you. Do you hear me today? This is psychological warfare to get them to build a bigger church, to purchase a bigger picture of Seizure Bourget. That's right. And to, listen to me, stay stuck in modern day Christianity. I pray that your eyes are being opened. I pray that you are seeing what's happening on the planet. This is Jacob's trouble, my friend. They're attacking the Christian church next. I wonder who next. I wonder if they're going to come after us Israelites next. Woo, I can't wait. Do you hear me? I cannot wait. I kind of like that prison that they had in that movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger in it when they was out there at sea and that prison was on the ocean. You know, you got to be a real powerful man of God to make it to that prison. We don't want to be locked up in no Folsom, no Alcatraz. We don't want no regular prison. We want to be so dangerous for the Most High God in our prayer life, so dangerous, opening up portals in the heavenly realm, speaking to the Most High, where He opened up windows of heaven and pour out blessings. I want to be so dangerous to Satan that, we end up on one of them ships out there in the middle of the ocean. Yeah, it's coming. I hope you're getting ready. Greece is falling. Greece is collapsing. That's right. They preparing. They attacking the black church. Next, they're going to be attacking the so-called black Hebrew Israelites. Told you to get prepared, get ready, put some water up, put some food up. The battle is not ours, but the battle is the Most High. Tell your people that are still stuck in modern day Christianity, they are in a place of no protection. No Caucasian man is coming to save you from a Caucasian man. Never happened and never will. Hello. Never happened and never will. I said I was going to start addressing these issues and try to open up the eyes of our people. If you've come out of a modern day Christian church, don't you go back in those hell holes. Don't you go back into those dungeons. Don't you go back into those torture centers, because they're wide open. That's right. Satan has been given free reign by the Most High God to begin to chasten the Hebrew Israelites. That's right. Before they wake up and come into the knowledge of who they are. So this is Elder Yield saying, spread the word. Tell your people. Tell our people everywhere in the four corners. They better come up out them Christian church like the building is on fire while they in there. They better run out. That's right. They better get out. They better get out. So I'm here today to let you know, my friend, the gloves are off. The Most High has made a conscious decision to protect those that belong to Him, that have repented and returned to these laws, statutes, and commandments. He's about to make a difference before the godly and the ungodly. This is Elder Yield from One Nation. Shalom.
When I say Hebrews, I mean myself. Praying because I can't redeem myself. 5.